Hey, hi, I'm Deep. I'm one of the founders of a digital marketing agency called as DigiChefs. We are a 6-year-old digital marketing agency serving industry verticals all across. You can read a lot more about us on digichefs.com. The topic I'm going to be talking about today is how do you explain SEO to a 10-year-old? This simply means that I want to simplify the way SEO is understood by maybe new startup founders or small business owners or really 10-year-olds. So let me try and dive straight into it. The way I want to simplify SEO for 10-year-olds is by correlating this with an example that most of you are probably aware of, which is probably writing an essay. So we've written like tons of essays while you were in school, right? So let's just try and compare SEO or the practice of SEO or the best practices and tactics in SEO to writing an essay. So let's say if you were to compose an essay today, you would first sort of try and structure your essay, right? So you would see that what kind of a headline do you want to have at the top. You would then structure the content below the headline into multiple paragraphs. Each of those paragraphs could have a purpose. The first paragraph could be an introduction or rather an inquisitive context to the rest of the essay, so that people feel the need to read the rest of your essay. The middle portion of your essay could be a lot more interactive, where you sort of ask questions, you answer questions, and you sort of make the meat of your essay right in the middle. And at the end of your essay, you would rather conclude, right? So that's how you typically structure your essay. In a very similar fashion, in case of essay, you structure a website. So with respect to your website, you want to know how many pages you should have on your website. You want to know how fast all of those pages should load on your website. You want to know which pages are connected to which other pages, because they form a logical flow for a user when they are navigating through your website. You would want to understand if there is a single page, for example, an index of sorts, which drives people to a specific section of your website, which is in SEO terms called as sitemap. And in your school, of course, you might have an index page at the start of your notebook, which has page numbers mentioned, so that you can drive to the right page inside your notebook, right, inside your notes. So in a very similar fashion, the first element that I'm trying to focus on in this explanation is sort of the technical aspects or the structure that you should have for a website. Fast loading of your pages on the website, structuring the content inside the website very neatly so that it's very easy for users to read. Helping users navigate from one page to the other is one way to actually sort of improve on the structure. Having a sitemap page where all the lists of your pages are available already is another form of technical optimization with respect to SEO. All of these things essentially improve the user interface and the user experience of a particular user, and of course make your website more crawl friendly or read friendly for search engines like Google. Okay, so this is the first element. This, I believe, is the most complicated of the three elements that I'm going to be talking about, and hence I took it first. The second element is the content, or what you are essentially writing inside the paragraphs in your essay. So if you just rephrase someone else's content inside your essay, or if you plagiarize your content, or if you just sort of twist your words into active and passive voices to eventually write a long essay, people are not going to be impressed, right? In a very similar fashion, Google will not be impressed if you plagiarize, if you use plagiarized content, or if you sort of use someone's sentence and just rephrase it to put it into yours. Rather, what Google appreciates is having a point of view. Google appreciates when web admins, brands have a point of view. They talk about something very diligently and they really mean it, and hence they are talking about it. When content is not written for the heck of it, because you may have heard that 1,000 words of content per page is good for SEO. You don't want to have 1,000 words of content per page. the kind of content you put inside each and every pages, like in your essay, need to make sense. The kind of content you put on the homepage should talk about an overview of what kind of a website this is all about, and the internal pages should talk about specifics as such. So that's the content aspect. Of course, there are some very technical items over there in terms of keyword density and others, which probably at this point in time you don't want to know. But what you want to do is you want to write good content. You want to write well-researched, unique, trustworthy content, which has a lot of opinion, which shows your expertise in the topic. So that's the second aspect. And the third aspect is something what I like to call as how much is your content then loved. So you've structured your content, you've written your content, you've published that content, of course. How well is it received? How much is it loved? Is the third aspect of SEO. In respect to this, what you want to talk about largely is while you put your content out there on your website, do people feel free to link back to your content? Which means that, let's say if I post this video right now on my YouTube channel or probably DigiChef's blog section, at the end of the day, how many of you want to actually use this video as a reference in your own social media handles and probably share it, and probably you write a blog around and you use this video as a reference with respect to what is SEO, So that's essentially what the third aspect is, wherein it's sort of like a poll where people who start using your content, be it a blog or a video or whatever, on their as a part of their own content, that shows an upvote. That shows that okay, they are really interested in what you've composed there, and probably it is a really good content. To just correlate this with the essay example which I was talking about earlier, you remember in your school, content or essays that were really good in your class were published on the notice board, right? So that's just an upvote from the teachers or the school management that your content was really nice. It needs to be seen by everyone else, and hence you're putting it up on the notice board. So these are the three key aspects when it comes to SEO. Of course, this does not thoroughly explain each and every nitty-gritty with respect to SEO, but this is just a thought starter, so to say. I hope this helps. In case it does, do feel free to sort of like and comment and share this video. If not, of course, push down a comment below, and we'll be more than happy to come back to you and give you answers to whatever you wanted to know more about SEO. If you like our content, do consider subscribing. Thank you so much.